Besides absolute positioning, you can also use relative positioning in web pages, and to do that you set the position style property to relative instead of absolute. And I'll take a look at an example here to show how this works. And in this case, I'm going to have some text that says you can go up and down with relative positioning. I'm going to move the word up by a few pixels. This is how it works. You say position colon relative, so it says relative positioning, and top minus 5. So what does that actually mean? Well, it means that the top of the text inside this span element will be displayed at a position higher, in other words, up more by 5 pixels than it would normally have been displayed. That's what position relative means. It means relative to where the item would normally have been displayed in the normal flow of the browser's display. So this is going to, so position colon relative top colon minus 5 will move the top of the word up by 5 pixels. And position colon relative top colon 5 in this span is going to move the word down by 5 pixels with relative positioning. So that's the way it works. You set the position of an item relative to where it would normally appear in the flow of the browser. So wherever the browser would normally put it, you can affect its position using position colon relative. So position colon relative, you say top minus 5 moves the element, the item, up by 5 pixels. Remember that positive y is downwards, and so subtracting 5 pixels from the location of the element where it would normally appear, the normal flow of the browser, subtracting 5 pixels moves it up by 5 pixels, adding 5 pixels moves the element down by 5 pixels, because positive y goes in the downwards direction. Okay, so that's the way it works. You can go up, and this upward is going to be positioned up by 5 pixels, and down is going to be positioned down 5 pixels from the normal flow of where it would normally be in this sentence as displayed in the browser with relative positioning. So let's take a look at the result of that. In a web page, this is relative.html, so you can go, as you see here, you can go up and down with relative positioning. So indeed, the word up appears moved up by 5 pixels from where it would normally go in the sentence, and in the normal flow of the browser display, and down appears down 5 pixels from where it would normally go in the browser display, in the normal flow of things, with relative positioning. So very nice, and that's the way that relative positioning works. It differs from the other way of working with elements and positioning them, which is absolute positioning. This is relative positioning, and as you see, functions very nicely. Once again, the way you do this is you say position colon relative, not absolute, but relative. You can say top, and you give a relative measurement relative to where the element would normally have appeared in the browser's normal display, normal flow of things, and top minus 5, for example, subtracts 5 from the normal top position of the element as it would appear normally in the browser's flow. So that moves up the word up by 5 pixels. So very nice and very handy to know in order to move items up relative to each other in a web page and display them for Ajax purposes.